You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
State retirees got their chance to publicly air grievances about their new state-sponsored health benefits, and it was heated. The huge turnout made the impact of the state's decision to make Aetna their only insurance option more clear than ever. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. The concern is they are used to having options, and now their one option may mean losing access to the largest healthcare provider in the area. Our Target 3 investigative reporter Renee Cooper is back with us tonight. Renee, you have been hearing these concerns for months.
Well, there's still disagreement over who is responsible for the current uncertainty and whether another choice could have guaranteed coverage at Carle isn't clear. Carle leadership has made it clear they won't commit to treating retirees once they're moved to the Aetna plan in January without a contract, making the most immediate remedy for Aetna and Carle to come to an agreement.
I'm really desperate to stay with Carle.
I just had a need to have a pacemaker put in my chest. Guess where it was done? At Carle.
Is there enough capacity here and in Charleston and Danville to pick up the patient load that would end up leaving Carle?
Executive Director of the State University's Annuitants Association, Linda Brookhart, blamed Carle Health for playing hardball.
Locally, they carry a big stick, so to say.
One has to question some of the expansion that's going on.
Chapter President John Marlin pointed to Carle's growing foothold.
In fact, they're trying to get state approval now to buy 3 more hospitals in the Peoria area.
Carle could be wanting to force the trail members into their Health Alliance plan.
That's the only Medicare Advantage plan accepted by a network of more than 550 Carle doctors.
There was a gentleman who emailed me this afternoon. His wife had called and talked to Carle, and they said that they were only going to accept Health Alliance and that she should sign up for Health Alliance. And one way to get all this calmed down is just to move everybody in the state to Health Alliance.
Aetna and Carle technically are competitors.
Carle leadership says blaming them is a deflection from the state, quote, awarding Aetna a contract in a region in which Aetna doesn't have an adequate network. The CFO says it's up to Aetna to fix it by, quote, agreeing to a fair and equitable contract.
From Aetna's perspective, we're encouraged.
Senior VP of Group Retiree Solutions, Rick Fromeyer, agreed to Aetna's first interview since I started covering this story in March.
There's certainly enough time to get a deal done.
We like the plan. You should like the plan. It's Carle who doesn't want to take you because of Aetna. So how?
I write to you. Aetna is an awful company.
Federal regulators downgraded Aetna's Medicare Advantage PPO plan by a full star in its annual ratings this month. Nationally, it's below average.
We have no choice whatsoever.
Brookhart says state CMS followed proper procedure in contracting the plan. She echoed CMS representatives in saying they got rid of the HMO option because of low enrollment.
10% is a very low, because there was like 3 or 4 companies involved in that.
We are still talking about thousands of retirees.
No, we're not talking about that many thousands.
Just one of the existing HMO plans, held by Aetna, covers nearly 8,000 retirees and their dependents statewide, including 559 in Champaign County.
The state knocking insurance options down from 2, sometimes 3 in some counties down to 1, is that a diminishing of benefits under the state constitution?
Well, certainly I'm not a constitutional attorney, so I'm somewhat limited, but I think that that's something that's worth looking at.
Marin was open to additional legislation to ensure options and transparency in the process of vetting insurance companies. But that won't happen again for at least 5 years.
So I think we need to make sure that Carle and Aetna come to an agreement.
Now, the Annuitants Association encouraged retirees to write Aetna and Carle with their stories. For much more of this story, head on over to WCIA.com under the Target 3 tab. Back to you.
All right, Renee, thank you. Now, association leadership also encouraged members to look at other Medicare options. There are 23 available in Champaign County. However, most aren't the flexible PPO plans they're used to, and they would come at some cost.